Yeah, so with Iocopter, no, I can't. Okay, I'll slip in once or twice for you. Don't worry.
Thank you. I appreciate
That's
that.
alright. But yeah, oh damn it, they banned the Bane for. As I say, for Hippomaniacs, they still need potentially their position 5, and like Bane and Shadow Demon, both of these supports position 5 heroes that can just walk around the map by themselves, get that big setup with the sleep or with the disruption, get the relocate in, and then you can just blow that hero up. And Bane is one of the most classic IO heroes to go with IO, sorry. Just because it can do that, so potentially Shadow Demon could be coming up for Hippomaniacs. I don't think it will, but it's always a chance. I wouldn't be surprised if Hippomaniacs ban out like a... Oh my... Why'd you ban it as I say it? Oh, I was going to say Venge. Did you hear the the?
I heard the V. I heard the V.
Yes.
Instead, they go for the Nyx Assassin.
Okay, yeah. It's the same style of hero as the Bane and the Shadow Demon. It's like you're going to be out and about by yourself. If you die, whatever, you're a Nyx. You're going to be able to set the relocates up. Also, you then will counter the Medusa. Yeah, so that's a really good hero, actually, in this position.
10 seconds.
Yeah, the Nyx is also, I mean, the break doesn't really come into this game at all, but it's going to be quite useful just to get that scouting going on and try and mess with the catch out heroes for the Iocopter to relocate onto, which is going to be very important.
It will break the split shot, right? Am I making that up? No, that should
No,
work,
that's
right?
true. That's true. It does break split shot. That's definitely something which later in the game is going to be a huge factor, actually.
Well, it's going to be... It's
4 seconds as well, which is...
But the Nyx needs to get onto the Medusa. And at what stage of the game is the support Nyx going to be able to actually close the gap when you've got the likes of Earth Spirit, Wyvern, Dark, so all of these kind of stun, slow, kind of displacement heroes.
True. Will he get to the Medusa? Imagine.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, you know that scene from Lord of the Rings when there's that one orc with the torch, he's trying to blow up the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining that. Yeah, you're getting towards the Medusa, just under fire from everybody. Right.
Just hopefully, Carapace is suddenly OP now and doesn't work on one instance or something. That's the only way I can see him connecting.
Pick from Elements Pro Gaming, and
DK.
it's gonna be the Juggernaut coming out for them. Okay, all right, that's gonna line up their draft. So Medusa in the mid lane, Juggernaut in the safe, Supreme on that OD in the mid, and of course the Iocopter coming down the safe, Curry and Muff. And the first time we see Saberlight on a non-Axe series, going to be playing the Beastmaster.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most even drafts in which they both have the same style of, we've got a frontline big core hero, we've got a bit of damage here, and like it's nice to see an actual like two teams with like the same kind of philosophy of entering the game now, because all the previous games has been like high cooldowns v push strat v no push, magic damage v BKB buyers. It's finally we've got a nice quite even game, so hopefully this will be a fun one to cast.
Yeah, I mean, last game gave us a bit of a ride, so we're being greedy, but we're hoping this game is going to be an equally close matchup as well as we get into this one. If you think you know who's going to take this matchup, then of course you can bet over on the es.bet website, and the odds are going to come on screen now.
Ah, now. Then maybe here now. Never.
Now.
They're never coming.
Now, okay, the odds aren't going to come on the screen, but when the odds do come on the screen, or even before the odds going to come on the screen, you can check it out on the es.bet website. Just head over there. And for this tournament alone for the Winter Madness, there they are now. It's 2.62 for Hippomaniacs and a 1.45 return for Elements. So, you know, pretty good shout, pretty good odds. If you like those odds, then head over to the es.bet website. They're also offering bet insurance for this tournament only, so Winter Madness. Gonna help you out and give you a bit of insurance on your bets there. Go check out what that's all about over on the website. Details in the description below. Also, you're gonna see some promo codes popping up during the game. If you head over to the WePlay website, you can have more information on that. But basically, you can put yourself in the running to win yourself an Arcana. Go. Dub.
Oh, Dub.
Go to.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Oh, wait. The pause.
You're awful at this. You see, no, you have to look at the camera and bring it closer to your mic.
The camera. I love everyone who's watching this. Oh,
yeah, this is a train wreck session. You're horrible at these.
No, the issue is right because we're casting over the Russian YouTube coverage or whatever, right? And then we're also in game as well, just for in case this goes down. Every time we join the game, it flips to Dota. So every time you say dub, I'm flipped into Dota, so then I have to like alt tab back out to this, and then it's too late. I've panicked.
Well, that's on you, buddy. That's on you. You've blown this. You've blown our little fun segment here. Anyway.
Hey, sorry. Now I just his animation.
Yeah, they're very paralinguistic.
Okay, all I have to ask here is the way that this blanket looks, right? The guy on the left, his leg looks like he's somehow cocked up onto the other guy's.
Wow, what an entry to the game. What a scenic shot. We got some dry ice coming on. And looking at their butts now as well. Juggernaut, he's not that thick. Wyvern, he's a dragon. No butt to speak of, really. Under that tail somewhere, I'm sure. Didn't realize there was so much steam in the base. Very hot players come into play.
It's because of the gold sword from Swift Ending. It's melting all the snow.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. 80 go. 80 go and use this promo code on WePlay website. Looks like we are on pause. I'm ready to roll as we zoom in on that Santa with the Santa Roshan. Looking pretty good. Smoke out from base, actually. So they want to get these wards down quickly and see if they can spot out Hippomaniacs putting any wards down before the game.
The Iron Gyro going into the aggro draw lane as well. That's see how I meant like the Ducks here. They're putting Hippomaniacs have decided to move the Iron Gyro away from the Dark Side lane because the elements haven't changed the lanes.
They saw the ward at mid. The early ward, the early smoke pays off.
It's interesting to see this. I thought they'd want to put the Iron Gyro into the Dark Side lane just because you're not really too punished by it, but.
I think that is what they wanted. That's why they're putting them on this hard lane, because they expected the Darkseer to be down here.
30 seconds.
But yeah, Elements Pro Gaming, one step above them, swapped up already. My question is, do Curry and Muff head up to the top lane now they've seen the Juggernaut down here, or are they going to keep it?
I think they're going to keep it as it is for now. Just because it still means the Darkseer is going to be able to... the whole point is... Ayajaro, they can farm, they can lane there, but then they can't really punish it per se, just because if they do try and go on the Spirit and Darkseer, they're gonna get they're gonna Iron Shell range. So I guess swapping up the lanes just means they can actually punish that lane better rather than just trading a farm.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for the Gyro being in the other lane.
Alrighty then, let's get into it. The only game in this series, all best of ones here in this group stage, Hippomaniacs versus Elements Pro Gaming in the Winter Madness playoffs. And of course, for Hippomaniacs backs against the wall right now. They are not doing very well in this group, but let's see if they can pick up a win versus... Are they top seed or did they lose the game?
I've said Darkseer's now actually gone bottom. That's the important thing now. So Elements do want the Darkseer to be in that lane, so that's fine. And I believe Hippomaniacs are potentially out of the tournament now because they are currently
Elements.
Elements are currently 2-0.
Okay, rolling onto Saberlight here, already getting spun up. Saberlight slowed down so much by the Arctic Burn. He is going to die. Down goes the Beastmaster. That was very convincing first blood, and that's just the power of the spin. It does so much damage in this early stages. Yeah,
it's the power of the tri-lanes. Now that the meta's been so long to 2-1-2. Now that you get back to these tri-lanes, it's Pos4 will come to the lane where the carry's in, get a kill, disrupt the lane a little bit, then rotate away. It's and Hippomaniacs are rotating the lanes quite a lot. You had the Irajo bottom, now they're top. It's they want to match up against the Juggernaut. What? The Darkseer's on top as well. They've matched it. Oh, excellent stuff. Great rotation of Element. I thought it was the Juggernaut for a second, but no, in that case it's perfectly fine for Elements. These rotations are actually hindering Hippomaniacs more. This is perfectly fine for Elements Pro Gaming.
Oh, Juggernaut and the Wyvern farming up peacefully here in the bottom lane versus Zenny and Saberlight. Meanwhile, Mitch going to be chased down by a rocket as Muff gets in that mean IO harass. Just keeping his distance from that Darkseer, of course. The Gyro is coming in as well, but I'm not sure there's any kill potential here. There's no creeps to farm anyway, so might as well come and throw some damage out onto the Darkseer. Meanwhile, Swift Ending gonna have the Boar Summon coming out onto him, but look at the damage from DNZ, and Saberlight's in trouble again here, just getting spun upon by Swift Ending. They find the kill, and now the rolling from LeBron as well. He's on top of Senny, and the Nick Assassin also going to take off ball. DNZ with the double kill in the bottom lane. Hippomaniacs getting spanked in this lane, and Mitch, he's in no trouble at all. They can't really kill him up here.
Yeah, it was a very brief power spike of hitting level 2. Saberlight was playing into the creep wave because Wyvern and Jug were both level 1. And as soon as, like, Jug being level 2 doesn't matter there because he's already got spin. But the Wyvern hitting level 2, it's like you got Artibone and Splinter Blast then, and the beast is so far up at that point, he just can't get out. And yeah, he's just going to be dying. So, very good to see them hit level 2 and straight away go straight for the kill.
Absolutely. It's no mercy being shown from Elements Pro Gaming, very much playing around their levels and their timings, as Senny looking to maybe wrap round onto the Darkseer, so taking a page out of Elements book, but Darkseer, he's ready, goes for the surge. Nice catch from Senny here. The rocket is going to connect as well, but Mitch actually goes straight past the Nick Assassin, so no body blocks coming out, so it'll just be a light tinkling of harass from Senny onto Mitch here as he retreats under tower. Actually, take a tower shot from that as well.
Saberlight was slightly going down again, another spin.
Yeah, the spin is out onto him. The body blocks as if they're needed. Saberlight, he goes down again as Elements Pro Gaming are dismantling this bottom lane, and Hippo, they're really struggling to recreate that success in the top lane.
Do you want to see a very small thing about the Juggernaut then when he span? He didn't spin inside the creeps. He left them, and then he came back after the spin was done, just so that he could get an extra one more deny on the creep wave. Because if he spun it there, his creeps would have just plowed into the tower, and the whole creep wave would have been weird. But now, see here, another deny, and he's now going to be able to get at least another 1 deny, 2 denies before the guy comes back. Just means he's playing safe in the lane rather than going into the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just smart. Just smart things. Using the big old Dota noggins on their heads.
But if offlane is actually being really punished right now, because my initial thought would be the Earth Spirit and Darkseer would be together and just try and be a little bit aggressive, maybe scaring the Ire Gyro to want to go into them. But because the Darkseer is by himself, the Ire Gyro just dominate the lane because Darkseer just can't do anything by himself in that lane. So now he's resorting just to having the jungle. Which is, I guess, a little bit worrying for the Darkseer, because obviously if you're just jungling from minute 3 and potentially only like level 2, 3, it's going to be quite a big hindrance to you.
Yeah, it's can be rough. Not one of these heroes which can really retreat to the jungle at that time. I mean, you've got the who's the other guy? Terrorblade and even Nagasaran and heroes like that can retreat to the jungle at a fairly early level, but Juggernaut certainly cannot. He needs to spend a bit of time in lane first before he can go and jungle efficiently.
Yeah, and that's why they're keeping so many heroes down there. And 3 bounties for Elements.
Yeah, Hippomaniacs gonna have to let that bottom bounty fall because they've just got no footing in that lane whatsoever. And it looks like they're going once again on Saberlight. Saberlight going for the short TP, but no, the roll comes in. That is a cancel as well. The IO is here, but it's not going to save him. They're actually just going to turn on to Muff now. The IO in trouble. Splinter Blast does connect. Swift Ending right the way on top of this Wisp, and the little ball of light will be cleaved in twain by the sword of Swift Ending. And even a tip coming out as well, which is very, very rude. He was only trying to save his teammate.
It's just the fact the beast is just running away from the Jug, right? And the Jug, of all things, just crits him. Spins, he's going to be dead anyway, right? But it's just the fact that he gets to crit as well. Just really seals the deal.
Yep.
And now both supports are just going to go back to the shrine. And by the time they come back to lane, ready? Shrine, smoke, boom, move away. I'm hoping the Wyvern has some wards on them as well. Because you always want to, when you hit smokes, you always want to have wards of you. Get that aggressive vision under the cover of smoke, just so they can't be dewarded.
So quick and efficient with their movements. Meanwhile, it doesn't like the Nick Assassin is just chasing the... in they go on Supreme here, actually. Supreme coming forward, and he just doesn't stand a chance here. Elements on top of that OD very quickly. Thought there might have been a shepherding in Mitch there as well, but sorry, shepherding in Senny as well, but decided not to go for the Nick Assassin because Mitch just drags the creep wave over here and will grab himself all those creeps. Delicious, delicious creeps.
As soon as the Imprisoned's used, it's go time to kill the OD. It's on such a high cooldown, it's like 20 seconds, all scaling down, I believe.
Dire's middle tower.
So yeah, it's really really good for like general ganks. Just wait for the Imprisoned because ODs will be doing that. To disrupt the CS, that's what. Yeah.
Once again in the middle lane, Senny getting low here, but they're focusing up on Supreme here. They want this Outworld Devourer, and they will find him. That's going to be 223 gold going to DNZ, who is now on a killing spree. Oh, chill bit. I don't know why I find that voice line so unsettling.
because it gets under your skin. But also, it's really important to note the OD has just died. Oh god, please don't. The OD just died mid right. TP's back, dies again. So now he's gonna have to just run to lane, and it's gonna be so sad for him. Look at him. Look at that mini map, top right corner of that mini map right now.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm surprised he just didn't buy a smoke and just do that core thing where he just smokes himself there.
Well, the odds are in Elements's favor right now. 1.3 odds for them, but if you fancy the Hippomaniacs, it'll be a 3.3 return on your money with a betting insurance as well to help you out on that one. Yeah, stop bet. Over. Roche wants you to. Roche is compelling you to go and bet and bet. Well, in comes the Splinter Blast and the Arctic Burn as well. Saberlight actually being bullied a little bit here, but with Muff and now TP's in the Nyx Assassin as well. It will be enough to force back the advances of Elements, but they're really harassing. I mean, not really even sure they were going for a kill. They're just trying to threaten a little bit, but it does mean Saberlight gets himself some kills. I like what they're doing there, leaving the Gyrocopter in that top lane, because, I mean, obviously the Gyrocopter is nice, but until the Gyro can farm the jungle efficiently, there's really no reason to leave the IO staying on its face. Meanwhile, Bo1 takes to the jungle. What's that?
Yeah, their one saving grace in this game will be the Gyro has equal farm to the Juggernaut and the Medusa, right? And it's how can they play with the immense amount of farm, no, I say immense, the amount of farm Gyro will have, and if they can turn that into objectives, right? Yeah, immense, 3k gold, oosh, immense. Nah, none of that, but...
Well, Sunny trying to play around, trying to catch out LeBron here. Wants to stop him being able to get that roll off. Will not be successful though, as LeBron rolls away and now spamming out that laughter as well. Thankfully only his team can hear that, so we'll save Sunny from the tilt. Meanwhile, bottom Saberlight, no, he's in trouble again. Oh, the story, it repeats itself time and time again. But if your ears are belonging to Elements Pro Gaming, it never gets old. They take down Saberlight once again here in the bottom lane. And Muff, he's going to be the freebie as well, as Juggernaut now using the Omni Slash onto the Nyx Assassin. He's going to die. You might not have seen it, but I told you all about it. That's all you need to know. I mean, it was an Omni Slash. What did you need to see, to be honest?
And look, they got the spin up again. Saberlight might just TP in straight away.
Yeah, Splinter Blast connects, and Swift Ending goes for that spin, just jumping on Saberlight's head. Saberlight trying to run away, but Swift Ending, he's right on him here. He needs a bit more right clicks, and he gets the crit again. Swift Ending takes Saberlight down under the tower, but maybe, just maybe, he's bitten off more than he can chew. He's there, he's trying, but the Gyro, he finds it. He gets a wicked sick kill streak as well. That's 619 gold going to Curry now, who should take over the Juggernaut on net worth whilst he's dead, so maybe Curry's starting to pull ahead now. That was a huge kill, actually. Absolutely massive.
Yeah, it was really good for Elements, just constantly diving at that. They got their ahead, so why not?
Bounty runes. Senny does manage to pick up 2, so an even split this time around.
You can see the vision from Elements as well. 4 wards all focused around the bottom part of the map. They just want to be playing really up in the throats, in the faces, sorry, of Hippomaniacs.
Yeah, down the throats works just as well. Feels like it.
They're so in their face, they're in their throat. That's exactly what I meant.
Dire's middle tower.
He wants the wants that healing ward, but Swift Ending's like, no. My healing ward.
Again, it's like Gyro's got 5k net worth, right? But Elements have 5k on Medusa and
Muff going for the
Jug.
TP out, but LeBron rolls onto him here. Muff going to go for the tether, but unfortunately, he will be brought down by LeBron all the same. I mean, he does crack the ultimate for that one, but I think it's completely worth it for a support kill. It's we'll get Mitch some farm with that Iron Shell as well. Is Senny trying to make it to the trees? This catapult, though, it's ticking away. It's ticking away. Senny could...
There's an Iron Shell on the catapult.
Oh my god. Oh dear. Death by catapult. Alright.
Yeah, it's just Helmet Dominator, Iron Shell, follow hero. Look,
yep.
Go on, Saberlight.
Yep.
I know you won't die to it, but they're just going to run the catapult out now so they don't feed enough 200 gold.
Yep. And it's going to be a nice 2 kills up in the top lane at least, but Swift Ending's gone pretty ham in the bottom lane as well, as he's able to kill Curry and Muff.
We didn't catch it, but it looks like it was most likely a curse into spin, then potentially Omni Slash. Oh wait, not even Omni Slash,
it was just spin.
So literally was just a curse and spin. Oh, okay, fair enough. Hopefully we get a replay of that one. I just want to see an IO die to a Gyrocopter in curse. It's always fun to see.
You pick this
IO
shit.
pickers. Yeah. You know, also I like to see IO gyros, then a witch doctor, double coconut, maledict, and then just ult them. That is
Yeah, that's a
so
pretty,
tasty.
pretty nice piece of Dota to witness. Well,
Saberlight, mate, you
Saberlight
right
could
there,
be
mate?
in trouble again. The ion shell's ticking away, and Saberlight is dead. It's been a rough old game for this Beastmaster, but he's not doing himself any favors right now as he's getting caught out all around the map. But where can he really go? He's an underfarmed Beastmaster. He's got no mobility against heroes, which will just slow him down and DPS him to death.
Yeah, 7k gold lead at 12 minutes already. It's you've got 2 cores farming really well on Radiant, and I don't know if the Gyro is 1500 behind both of them, sitting on 3rd on net worth. It's like the Gyro's not good enough to just beat both these areas, so you're going to need the OD at some point to come back and actually start pumping out some damage.
Yeah, thankfully he did get that that double kill up in the top lane, which has helped him kind of catch up on net worth. His lane phase wasn't bad, but I mean it was just a lot going on in this middle lane. And the Medusa was able to just farm the jungle as well, so gets way far ahead. Talking of Medusa, we haven't actually seen her. She hasn't actually turned up to any fights yet. 30 minutes and Medusa's just been basically sitting in the jungle.
Yeah, she just doesn't need to. It's like the whole anti-mage thing. It's like if your anti-mage is farming, you can always rely on that just to come into the fights when you need it. It's like you don't need to bring them there if you don't have to.
Oh no, what a Winter's Curse coming out from the Wyvern, and that's just gonna kill Supreme in the middle of everybody. DMZ, I mean, they have to kill him at least for this, but goodness gracious, that it's worth it. It's a 5-kill mega streak on the Winter Wyvern, but still.
It goes on to the next level heroes. It's like it's a small thing to get, but onto your support, it's okay. That's
all right. Raw just immediately used on Swift ending there.
LeBron just going in, does not care at all.
Going ham right now. Rolls into everybody with the rocket connecting as well. LeBron sitting on the front line, slowed down by the wisp balls though. Elements being careful, not being over aggressive and jumping straight into the enemy team, but taking the fights they want, playing around the map.
I believe those wisp balls just put the Jug out of range because they're slow to get the ult off. Because he had the animation for the ult, and then the ball hit him, and then I believe that, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that very barely stopped the Jug getting his ult off onto the Gyro. Wow, that was pretty cool.
I don't think that was the case, but wow.
You know what? I'm gonna check it real quick.
Okay.
Jug ult. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
Okay, you just
Jug
googled
ult.
it, did you?
No, I just looked at the cast range of Omni Slash and the positioning of Gyro, and yeah.
Okay.
We cool.
18-4 currently is the scoreline. Hippomaniacs only able to have found themselves 4 little kills, but now Mitch might make it 5, goes for the back wall, but Mitch will almost certainly go down for this one. Saberlight comes in with an axe. That's for killing me earlier with your iron shells. And,
Kill the catapult, guys, it's worth 200 gold. Get it!
It's also going to grab the creeps away, which is...
Cue the Benny Hill music now, please.
Yeah, I mean, can they actually catch it, though?
No, this thing's so fast, look at it.
What the hell?
And he's going to get the next wave.
Oh my god, the little catapult just winning the game.
Insane. Well, that completely stopped them from even taking the tower.
Yeah, they didn't even get a tier 1 from that.
Very good play.
That sucks.
It's depressing as hell,
Jesus.
actually.
That doesn't feel good at all.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, coming
it's
up
pushing
on
again.
15 minutes and 45. Swift ending, pushing away at this tower, banished up. Use our spin, does get brought up. Borneo there with the stone gaze. And is able to get the... Oh, Winter's Curse comes off on the Omni Slash though. That's a question mark. Muff will dive. The Omni Slash does nothing. Seni immediately blown up immediately afterwards. The Slanty's Eclipse does next to nothing there, but Curry jumps in onto DNC. The Winter Wyvern should be taking a full try to get away. Won't make it, with LeBron taken out as well. Now they jump into this fight. A Swift ending there with the spin. Curry dropping low. The heals from the Wisp. It's not enough. It is enough. It is enough. I lied. Curry gets out fine, and Muff will keep him alive. Okay, Hippomaniacs, they take a pretty decent fight.
That would have gone completely the other way if Juggernaut just didn't Omni Slash. A little bit of
Elements
miscommunication
completely
there,
fucked
but...
themselves. No doubt about it.
Christ almighty. I had, like... You can see my face. Massive whoop face kind of going on here.
Yeah. Big whoopsie, but Well, you know, there you go. They're so far ahead, they can afford to make these mistakes. I mean, it wasn't a convincing fight from Hippomaniacs. Like, I wouldn't... They only won because they're so far behind that you would consider it a win, you know, 512 gold, a little bit more experience. It's not like it's going to be the big turnaround thereafter.
No, yeah. Luckily, it was that that type of mistake is made against like this team, I guess, rather than it being a more punishing team, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. Hopefully, we don't see these mistakes again. Come on, I want to see elements, you know, big curses. I just want to see this Io die. I don't like Io pickers. Get rid of them. Get them out of here.
That's very discriminatory of you. I like people who pick every kind of hero. I don't think any hero is bad.
No, there is a list of heroes. No. That's fine. There's a list of heroes that people just shouldn't pick, right? And like, so you got your Ios that are like a little bit too keen. You got your Chen pickers, a bit too keen. Raw on the top lane.
I don't care about Chen anymore.
It's a very good hero, sir.
Well, Mitch does get blown up. They're trying to get the return kill onto Senny here. Should be successful. And that one will go to Boromir on that Medusa. So, pretty happy with that kill. It actually allows them to do Roshan without sight, even if they want. Double damage down in the bottom. They might consider going for that and then using it for Roshan.
The Earth Throat's the one down there at the moment. So, oh, the Io, sorry. Same color. Hard to see.
Gyrocopter will bottle himself a double damage rune. So, yeah, that's a bit of a threat. Global double damage rune threat. He just pops it. Looks like they're going to make a play onto the...
oh, we go again.
But who cares about that? Because we want to look at this this side shop guy. Oh no, this is the base shop guy, isn't he?
I think someone died, guys.
Yeah, someone's dying, but...
someone else has died, guys. Okay, the Gyro's dead. Really unimportant kill.
Okay. But...
And the nice TP out from
the
Io.
He managed to get away. But who cares about that stuff? We were checking out them vicious seps on the shopkeeper right there.
Hopefully you can get a replay of that Gyro down. I think it's really important to understand how this how one of the key heroes in Hippomaniacs is just dying like this.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that one.
Just said it in case, you know, they can slide it on in at some point.
Well, into the Roche pit now. That Gyro mysteriously disappeared from the map. Nobody really knows how.
He was AFK making a bet. There we go. There's the replay.
In they go.
Just a good Omnislash into spin. Okay.
Yeah, spin just about catches onto him as well. It was close. They went for the kill onto LeBron, and it did not pay off. Muff does able to get the TP, but not worth it. Losing Ko for that. The roll comes out onto Boromir here. They're going for this Roche fight, but now the Emerald's curse comes out. Senny, but the split shot's already off, and look at that. They're just dying. Swift Ending and LeBron are dead, but now the back wall comes out. Is it enough? Mitch brought down. Supreme finds him with the Arcane Orb, and my god, Hippomaniacs just completely peeled Elements Pro Gaming's bananas, and they will take Roshan. They will take 4 kills. What on earth just happened?
It was when you look at that fight closely, it was a good curse to start the fight just to stop the Gyro getting into the pit, but the Gyro had already cast Flat Cannon, so it didn't stop the Gyro's damage output during the curse.
He'd already dropped the cooldown. He didn't really care. And
he was right-clicking everyone during being CC'd, so...
They want the full team wipe, they want DNZ, how much space can he really make here? And, well, he can make quite a lot of space, but does go down on the same. I don't think they would have taken the tier 2 tower anyways, so it's just another kill to get.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's that wipe there doesn't really lead to towers. You don't have a top creep wave really. Like you can't go run down minutes. You need to be disciplined. You need to understand that you've got a good objective. Wait, reset, pause. Maybe wait for your sanities to come back up again, then go again. If you start trying to think that you're suddenly ahead and go into them, they're just gonna TP irritate, kill them. Like, the heroes are very scary when together. You got the big vac wall, the curse, and all that stuff. So you just need to be patient.
I just realised that this gyrocopter is a Santa sledge.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got like the little presents on the back and the little skis.
What's that? That's sick.
Cute as hell, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. Nice set.
Yeah.
I don't think Dota sets get enough praise nowadays.
Yeah, since the market died, no one really cares.
Yeah, I remember like when I first went to Dota, it was all about like you saw Twitch streamers who were like making the sets, and then they'd get them into the game and be like, oh, buy a set, and you get little components of the set, but not the whole set, and the whole idea that you... Oh, that was a great time, and now it's just like, spend 20 quid and you get all the sets minus the rare ones, if you're bad at RNG.
Yeah, there's a lot of items. A lot of items in Dota right now. Most of the days when you just like get dropped a mythical in game and you'd be like, whoa.
Damn, I just
like,
got
wow,
rewarded for being
I got
terrible.
the leader Arcana. Oh, big old mini map to show us what's going on as Elements Pro Gaming go for a smoke. They've taken a blow, but they are not going to stay down as they look towards this double damage rune to see what they can do to strike back a Hippomaniac. Smoking into an Aegis, always a scary prospect with this double damage rune.
Sending the Hawk from bot lane all the way into the top. It's a really nice way that, like, the way the Hawk works, like, you get a nice cutting amount of vision, because it's invisible the whole time. It's like, if you're on one opposite side of the map, it's like, that entire straight line, you're going to check the entire way. It's quite nice.
Yep. Like a drone.
And, yeah. And, like, you don't really carry a gem this early in the game, so you like, as soon as you use it, you're always going to, like, see what's happening. So, really good mechanical Beastmaster.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
22
attack.
minutes coming up on minute 23, and we're currently 22 and 14 on the scoreline, but Hippomaniacs do have the gold advantage because their gyrocopter is looking pretty damn huge, and the OD not far behind him.
That's the really crucial part.
Well, he was the one who found all the kills in that fight. He's the one who got all that bonus gold for the kills.
Yeah, for sure. If the Gyro and OD are able to match the Deuce and Jug, the game will be very even and continue. Like, if the OD was struggling earlier on and still struggling now, you wouldn't be able to beat them. 2 core obviously better than 1. Simple math.
Simple math. Oh, rock's being thrown. LeBron chasing. Stun out onto Mitch. Swift ending chasing. They're going to find Senny here, and he's going to be brought down pretty sharp. And now smoke immediately afterwards. Elements Pro Gaming looking to fight. I'm surprised they're being so aggressive, but I mean,
it's
they
because
have
they can.
they're
They're like the wombo combo team. They can do what they want. It's fine.
Go rolling forwards, trying to find Sableye here. They do get the silence off. Rock's going to slow him down as well. Allows team to catch up, going for the TP out, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Winter's Curse actually used, so it's going to take its death a little bit longer than one I might expect. He actually goes for the Roar, but a quick little Manta out from Swift Ending as well. He was ready for that one. And Sableye will be brought down. Takes a while, but Elements Pro Gaming will find that kill, and 320 gold to go with it.
I'm gonna say I think DNZ doesn't tell his team when he's gonna curse, or his team doesn't. 2 times now you've cursed into spells. Come on, guys.
That's the old caster's curse for you.
This is fine though, because like, the reason why Elements can be so aggressive, right, is like if they get the jump with the Vac Wall, the curse, and like the Gyro doesn't like get flack off during curse, i.e. destroy everyone. Like Elements can just team wipe them, right? It's like, if they can't, they shouldn't ever at any point just play super scared, because that's when the when Hippomaniacs will then have the tempo and next can just freely roam and you get the relocates. So yeah, this is really good. Elements are still just playing out on the other side of the map.
I'll take that as tribute.
Playing as 5 as well. Elements Pro Gaming aren't getting picked off because they're all together all the time.
Yeah, and you have to against the IO, especially when you have that Nyx factor. Look at the minimap right now. Look where the Nyx is, and look where the IO Gyro is. You always want both of them, like, opposite sides of the map. You want the Nyx to find something, the IO Gyro to then relocate in. The IO Gyro farming safely, the Nyx is in the dangerous area.
So we'll grab himself that rune, actually, so... Elements Pro Gaming leaving that one.
Oh, Supreme, you're right, mate.
Careful. Supreme, yeah, comes into contact, gets Arctic Burn, the Roar comes out, but LeBron rolls forward, getting the silence off. Supreme dropping very low, he might actually die here. Uses the Astral to keep himself alive a little bit longer. Curry coming in the backlines, the Arcane Curse is out, the Omni Slash ripping through, but they're in the Winter's Curse, so it's just not doing anything. And now comes out this Flat Cannon, it's doing a lot, but is it enough? Mitch is dead, but that's about it, and they'll actually relocate the Gyro out to safety. Saberlight left to die to the Scatty, Deucer and LeBron as well. They beat up Saberlight and bring him down.
That's just a really weird start of the fight. Like, you just don't need that to be happening.
Well, they're still going to fight, actually, as Curry and Muff come into this one. Muff just trying to stay away, keep himself alive, Swift Ending spinning forwards. And, well, Hippomaniacs get their 2 Iocopter combo out of here. As Senny's still hanging around Invis, just giving them the information. But yeah, very weird for the OD to come into the front of the fight like that and just immediately start getting beaten up by the entirety of Elements Pro Gaming. They do have that relocate, but it's not quick enough to stop that happening.
Yeah, just Dire just don't have the vision right now to be able to freely walk around the map like they currently are. Like, look at the vision you've got in the Shrine, bot lane, top side, seeing people entering mid lane. It's a bit worrying. And the chase out as well.
Boromir here, and Boromir doesn't actually have a whole lot of health. The Splinter Blast's going to do a bit to bring him down, but they've got that stun. That TP was never going to work. Down goes Boromir.
Killing Gorillas. Excellent work.
Nice focus there as well. I mean, there was LeBron and there was DNZ on the low ground. It would have been really easy to just turn around and kill one of them, but instead they focus up, they get the Medusa, and that's a big kill. Meanwhile, there's a fight going on at the top as Supreme, once again, maybe caught out here. Swift ending, wants to find the kill, but gets stunned up by the Spike Carapace.
Are they going in? With Saberlight.
Yeah, he's chasing. He's got that roar. He wants to use it. Spin is out, but Saberlight, can he close the distance? Doesn't look like it. They don't want to fight under the shrine. Meanwhile, DNZ is actually
Relocate coming in
Roar
now.
comes out onto Mitch. Relocate coming in the back lines as well. Curry and here, and Mitch gets destroyed. Now they're looking towards LeBron Donor as well as they chase him into the river. LeBron just trying to make some space here. They will not be able to interrupt his roll, but it's not going very far either. He's going to go up the cliff once again, pushing back heroes as he does it as well. Full style points, but Supreme is on top of him with that Blink Dagger and blows up the Earth Spirit. And once again, 4 heroes down on the side of Elements Pro Gaming. Hippomaniacs, they're finding the fights. They're finding the kills every time Elements Pro Gaming gets split up. They are punished for it. I mean, Hippo playing some really good Dota right now to come back into this game.
Yeah, I don't think Elements actually respected the cooldown of Relocate. It was... They knew that the IO just saved the Gyro in the 2 fights before. And then it's like, okay, so they're running us up top with Jug and Nick. Nyx and Odisa and Beastmaster. It's like, okay, Gyro's bot lane. Relocate shouldn't be up yet. And then the fight goes on, the chase goes on for so long. Then the Gyro comes in, it's like, okay, now we're going to lose this fight. So it's really crucial against the IO Gyro lineups that you always time Relocate, play around that Relocate timing.
Not entirely sure why I'm watching DNZ sitting on a cliff whilst there's a next assassin getting killed, but it's fine, it's fine.
Just there, mate. Getting that flying vision.
Yep. Being the ward. When you're so supporting so hard, you become the ward. Alright, so we're, Hippomaniacs getting themselves a 5k gold advantage. They are still against this Medusa Jug, though.
Again, the vision from Diet isn't optimal for, like, their lineup right now. It's like, you want to be finding the kills, and if your Nyx is, like, unable to get into those spots to, like, find the pickoffs, and, like, find those good relocates, you need to compensate that with good vision. And right now, like, that's not happening. The Nyx is holding the wards, but the Io Gyro are the ones that are in the dark spots of the map. Potentially, the Io should be carrying the wards, as Courier, to be able to get those wards out.
Wow, this is a flying Courier and a half. He's soaring above them all, isn't he?
That's from when he died in the river. I'm guessing
That's Courier heaven.
Is that where the Couriers go? They just go placed above the skybox of Dota. So then
it's not a skybox of Dota. It's Courier heaven, dude.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to be too real. Yeah, they're in heaven now.
Where they belong. The heroes. The unsung heroes of the Dota 2 world. Elements once again having to group up and do everything as 5 because they're just so scared of this Iocopter now. Shoot the Nick finding people, but Supreme once again getting caught out on the front lines. Where's the relocate? Where's the damage to come back into this one? There isn't anything. Supreme is going to get brought down. They're even going to use a Winter's Curse to help keep Saberlight still and allow them the time to kill Supreme. And now head towards Saberlight. Oh, he actually used the Raw to try and keep himself alive, but that's just never going to happen. He's trying, but I don't think he's getting out of this one. He's building some space, but I mean, for what? They're pushing in bottom. They haven't even gotten started on the tower yet. It does not feel worth it at all. Meanwhile,
need to watch out bottom on the Io Gyro. Okay, luckily long TPs there, they're fine to get out.
Yeah, they take down the next assassin in the top lane. Ooh, Hippomaniacs. Big mistakes there, and I have to say, Supreme, he needs to be more disciplined with his positioning in this game because he keeps getting caught out first, and he's the one guy. If he gets caught out first, then Elements Pro Gaming are all of a sudden, all their restrictions are taken off, and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I really like the way that DNZ is using his curses now. Like, you find a pickoff, you curse the other people outside the fight, kill the person that you haven't cursed, and move over. And the Earthspirit just gets the free setup for his stun, and you can always gotta get those combo pickoff kills.
Roshan being torn apart by this Juggernaut and Medusa. They will take that Aegis and that delicious, delicious, moist, sumptuous cheese. For Boromir.
I'm a simple cheese man myself. I like extra mature, and that's about it. Maybe a bit mozzarella now and again. Not really that adventurous.
I like a camembert baked in the oven with some olive oil, sea salt, rosemary, and garlic. And then have it with some nice fresh bread. That's a real way to do cheese, I'm afraid. Supreme, not again, being chunked away by his teammate. In comes LeBron as well, jumping on top, pushing him around all over the place, but the cavalry has arrived. Curry takes down TNT, now looking for Boronier as well. Does have the cheese available on Boronier, just pops that BKB and the cheese, turn this one around, but Curry has taken down LeBron already. The stone gaze and the wall, is it going to be enough to bring down Curry and Sableye as they try and make their way back up onto the high ground? Muff comes back in, but the Omni Slash, it actually gets caught up on the creeps. It's just spawned. Sableye will go down to it, but it didn't land on the gyrocopter, and that is what they wanted. Swift ending walks past the gyrocopter, takes a chunk of damage for it as well. Meanwhile, the illusion comes to help push out as well, and this guy's kind of difficult to kill. Well, actually, no, not when the OG's here. He can cleave through these guys pretty easily, though they are chasing the Wisp, doing a fair amount of damage to him, but he's going to be okay.
They're just going to have to reset now. You got bot lane pushing in. You just don't want to take unnecessary chip damage. It's like you don't have your Wyvern alive, you don't have your Curse, you don't have Omni Slash, like all your kind of key spells. Yeah, it's like elements start getting a little bit sloppy with the mid lane Curse, with the Jug Omni Slash, the Roshan fight where Gyro was able to flak into the Curse. Like those two key little fights where, again, it was very small little misplays that kind of dictated the way the fight came out. It's like, if that didn't occur, if you got the Omni Slash and killed them all, you'd have taken the tier 2, more objectives. If you cursed a little bit later and didn't get the flak off and stuff like that, you might have been able to turn that fight. It's the very small things that have now allowed this to get this far.
Curry is on top of him, although he's not doing damage that quickly. I mean, yeah, Spirit is still a tanky hero, but Curry is chasing hard, but the constant rolls away, but he's also clearing a path for Curry to chase him down, and he will eventually run him down on the gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Mitch finds Senny here, actually getting stunned up by the Iron Shell as Stream comes in, but there comes the Stone Gaze. BKB pop from Boronier as well. Curry and Muff frozen solid. Can't keep the Wisp alive. Now comes out the Winter's Curse onto Curry and Saberlight here, but Supreme still alive. BKB's pop from the cause. They stun out Boronier, and they're going to try and take down this Medusa. She's getting low. She's getting low, but still surviving on about 15% HP. Now, well, in comes Swift ending, just doing so much damage, but the Crimson Guard helping to keep Hippomaniacs alive, and in comes the Omni Slash. It's doing a lot of work onto these heroes, but is it enough? It doesn't seem to be. Mitch is dead. They're looking for DNZ as well. Boronier is still alive, but no mana left. Will be chunked down. Well, I mean, the Cold Embrace going to keep him alive a little bit longer, but the cooldown gonna finish it off and send Curry to godly heights as he is going insane this game. They cannot control up this gyrocopter, the satanic with the health regen, with the... Oh my god. These fights are looking so good from Hippomaniacs. This game is falling out of Elements Pro Gaming's grasp.
Yeah, it's getting a lot better now. As soon as you get a satanic on Gyro, like the whole Omni Slash factor kind of is somewhat negated. And you're gonna see it here. The Nyx comes in, he sets up the stun on the Darkseer. The Ira Gyro relocate in, and already the whole fight is like Hippomaniac's favor. No, they curse the Gyro. It's like, but you're not. The curse is meant to be that big spell that kills.
Well, we get fight in the base. TNT is dead. The Hawkins Bolt going to come in through and finish off LeBron Dota as well. 50 seconds. No Earth Spirit. Hippomaniacs going in deep here as they actually all... Okay, blink in and stun onto a banished target. That means they can't really follow up with Boronier. Medusa will be okay, but still.
Wyvern and Earth Spirit have no buyback. 40 seconds, you're only 3 heroes. You don't have Wall Up, you don't have Vacuum, no Omni Slash from Jug. This could potentially be very scary for Elements Pro Gaming.
Oh, now there's back a wall up from Boronier. Now the Vacuum, now the wall as well, but the Roar is used onto Boronier through that BKB to keep him still. The Supreme has gone a different way, but will be okay on the OD. That was a Stone Gaze expended for that, though. They also don't have the Omni Slash available on Swift Ending as well, so... Yeah, Hippomaniac's not scared just yet, but 8 seconds until LeBron is back, so maybe that is going to be what they're looking for.
It was a necessary defense. You had to use your spells there just to be able to, keep hold of your racks. If you just let them do what they want, you're losing it, so perfectly fine with what they've done. Potentially, they could have been a bit more aggressive, but again, I don't think you need to. You just need to be disciplined. You just go there, you force them to use their spells, you can then go back, reset, and again, it's perfectly fine. I'd like to see the Nyx now push up and try and find the pick-off, but now that they're stuck in, they're all in their base on Elements, you want the Nyx to go find them and then get that big relocate and start the fight. Most likely you'd want to wait for Roar and Sanities as well, but as soon as they're off cooldown, Nyx should be there finding the big fight, sorry.
Well, Elements Pro Gaming doing their best to try and stay in this game, but as you say, things are getting difficult, especially with his gyrocopter. I mean, look at his net worth, 27k net worth compared to the Medusa's 18k. I mean, that's
He's
what
really
happens
brilliant.
when you're forced to stick together all game. The farming it just becomes so difficult to keep up on the Juggernaut and on the Medusa as well.
Really good ward from the Nyx, by the way. This will be really crucial.
Ooh, yeah. Goes actually for the stun onto Boromir. Does actually just about find the impale there. Curry coming in around the side. Does have the call down. Meanwhile, Swift Ending going to go for the spin. They're looking for Mitch. They're looking for Boromir. In comes the Winter's Curse. It's going to hold Curry still for the time being, but it's just not doing much. Now the Winter's Curse, the Snow Gaze is used. Curry turns around into them, and the Omni Slash just stays on him entirely. Down goes the Gyrocopter LeBron. Oh, trying to TP, or is that Sableye trying to TP? I don't know. Someone's trying to TP, but Sableye, well, he's very much dead. Gets surrounded, gets killed. Muff going for the TP out. Is there an interrupt? There is. The vacuum is there. In comes LeBron rolling in. That is 3 heroes down on Hippomaniacs. Elements Pro Gaming find an opening and they tear it wide open. But Senny, look at him. He's going to go for the creep split here.
Unfortunately, he's a Nyx and he can't really do much with it. It's going to take him 2 impales plus right clicks on all those creeps to even kill them. I think that was really worrying from that fight, because the fight that they won previous to that, the Gyro was able to Satanic during the Omni Slash, and there was a lot of creeps around, and he was able to actually, do quite a lot of regen. That fight, there was just nothing for him to right click off. So when the Omni Slash hit, they all just grouped up, and there was nothing there for them to sustain off.
Yeah.
Dire structures are fortified.
And the Irie doesn't have buyback. That's also another crucial thing. So the Gyro doesn't want to buyback if he doesn't have his partner with him. He most likely
jumping
might
forward,
have
gets
to.
the Astral off. This was meant to be a retreat from Elements Pro Gaming. Once the buybacks came out, they will hang around and make sure that Mitch can get out of this one. Meanwhile, look at the creeps in mid. The mid racks are down, and the towers are taking a pummeling as well. Still, no one's defending that. Meanwhile, stun is out to Boromir, but a quick blink away. Yeah, we got the creep cam off in that middle lane.
And so that Rax was already down though before during that fight, so they haven't actually lost anything from that. It was more the small bit.
Rangebacks are still up.
I will double check for you, sir. I believe Gyro ticket. Yeah.
Very
smart.
It
was already taken because they took mid racks and moved. Yeah, they took mid racks and moved bottom. Remember? Yeah, I was gonna say. Wyvern and Ursula didn't have buyback. They went bottom, ran away, disciplined. Already had mid racks. Therefore, yeah, cool. I was gonna say, stop confusing me there. God damn it, Nomad.
Not very smart. Solar Crest queued up on the Earth Spirit. Wow, that's so convincing. Solar Crest queued up on that Earth Spirit, gonna help buff up his carries a little bit, or slow down the enemy carries, whichever case may be. And it's gonna be Boromir heading into the Roche pit, but it's still not gonna be up yet. Still a fairly long respawn. Looks to be about maybe 40 seconds. Maybe a minute, a bit. Between there anyway. And an MKB now out for the Gyrocopter as well, so no more missing that pesky Juggernaut with the butterfly.
No, interesting ward from Dire, by the way. Look at the top tier 3.
What have we here?
Which one, sorry?
Dire top tier 3. Look at the ward.
Oh yeah, that is an interesting ward.
I think they might have placed it as they're pushing into top tier 3, thinking they're going to lose the tower, and then just have the ward there instead, but... Oh well. Oh well.
Oh well, yep, wards are... Some wards just don't live out their usefulness.
Yeah, they got good wards now for the Io Gyro combo. They got the one deep in the top lane, between tier 1, tier 2, and also in the bot side of the jungle. So these are going to be really crucial. If you find that one person jungling and other people on the other side of the map, you can't take the fight.
He spots any. Oh, nice rollout from LeBron. Stops himself getting stunned up by that Nyx assassin. Nyx assassination off that rocket stops the stun coming through.
Game has slowed down a little bit. It's getting to the stage of the game where it's like that one bad fight lead to Roshan, then you might be losing the game. So both teams are going to try and play a little bit, a bit slow, a bit safe, and try and find that optimal initiation.
Very tense, both teams right now. No buyback as well on the Medusa and Juggernaut as well. Juggernaut did actually buy an item.
Yeah.
Also, this Medusa is pretty damn noisy now with the split shot using modifiers with the MKB.
But the fact is 41 minutes in the game and he's still got a wand and tread 2 of his items. It's quite a showing of how topsy-turvy this game's been.
Yeah, not what they wanted. Meanwhile, they actually find Senny here. The next assassin caught out, trying to get away, silenced up. Does manage to get the spiked carapace off. Now brings himself away. Meanwhile, in the Roche Pit, though, they get off the Winter's Curse, but it's actually on top of the stone gates, which is not ideal. Roche goes down. Boromir grabs the Aegis, though, and now the Omni Slash comes off. It's onto 3. They're all come close together. Down goes 2, and now they focus their attention onto Curry. The Gyrocopter, he's dropping low. They're actually relocating in on Muff, but this was a mistake. The Io's just going to go down again, and that was a dieback from the Io. Oh, a huge mistake from Muff there. Completely getting caught out. Not expecting to die that quickly, or not expecting the Gyro to die that quickly. 3 heroes dead. Aegis in the hands of Boromir. Cheese as well in her backpack. I don't know who got the refresher orb, but who really cares about that one? Because Elements Pro Gaming are on the march, and they are 90 seconds without the Beastmaster. He still doesn't have his buyback from before. The Gyro does have it, but is it going to be enough? It's a tough ask, and they're just charging in for the tier 4s, I think.
No, they're still going to play this a little bit back. They're going to get the racks even up the mid lane and then go for more.
Curry try to do his best with that with the flat cannon stun out. Is used onto Boromir. Okay, Boromir blown up pretty quickly. There comes the Arcane Curse. Sorry, the Winter's Curse onto Curry, but meanwhile, Supreme, BK beat up, gonna have to try and get himself away, but Swift Ending chasing under the towers here. DNZ is well forced off being used, but Supreme having to use that Astral Imprisonment. In comes the stun, it's gonna do a bit as a blink up onto the high ground. Supreme staying alive through this, he's inside the fountain. They forced up Boromir into the fountain! He's taking damage, he's down! He didn't manage to get off the cheese, and now LeBron surrounded and killed as well. Hippomaniacs bite back hard as Elements Pro Gaming surge themselves away, trying to escape the wrath of Curry as he comes forwards, following that rocket to victory. And Mitch, stunned up by the spike carapace. There was an ion shell in lane, so Mitch doesn't get the surge off either. Such sick plays coming out from Hippomaniacs to turn this game around, and now it's their turn to run down the middle lane. They want these buybacks, and they want them now.
Yeah, they're going to have to force a lot of buybacks here to make this worthwhile. For some reason, Elements decided that they want to, go sit in the fountain for a little bit, and Christ.
When you're 4-staffed in, you don't have much choice.
Yeah, when you're behind tier 4s, you have a little bit of choice.
Here goes Supreme leading the charge onto these melee barracks, the team just behind him. Io's still a little bit further away, but they will get the bottom rank. There is a tier 2 up at top, so that makes things difficult. They want to hold off on the buyback on the Medusa. Meanwhile, Mitch goes to the wall. Let's get 2 inside of it. BKB actually popped, and there comes the curse, but it's not doing much. Curry, though, getting eaten as well as the Omni Slash comes through, but it actually gets thrown away as it kills off Senny. And Boromir just sitting in the middle of that stone gaze. No, Curry! He faced the Medusa as he tries to TP out, and he is dead. No buyback. Elements Pro Gaming punish Hippomaniacs hard for trying to go for those bottom racks, and unfortunately, this is going to be a very hard possibility. Oh! Supreme just comes in and kills off Swift Ending! What is happening in this game?
This is some clown fest right now.
Jesus, they just get blown up in the middle lane. Boromir could be in trouble as well. The vacuum comes out. Saberlight sitting in the middle, just trying to draw out this game a little bit. Sending with the stun onto Mitch, keeping him still. Saberlight running around the Supreme, comes in on the back lines, trying to block Boromir here with the damage from afar. Using that Hurricane Pike is doing a bit, but it's not quite doing enough. Saberlight's going to go down. They need to get Supreme out of here. This OD needs to survive. The next assassin can't really afford to die either, but doesn't look like he's got much of a choice. Down he goes. One more click, does the job. 105 seconds. And Elements Pro Gaming will continue their siege on the middle lane.
Odie's the only hero buyback right now, so he somehow has to keep the creeps out of the base for a minute, whilst also stopping top from pushing in. And killing
a fresh run! Oh my god! He just blows up everybody! What the fuck?
Okay, so
shit.
The fight he just took, he got like 60 odd in from the fight, right? He goes back, gets the refresher. They don't expect the ult, right? Alright, cool. Supreme God.
He just pulls a refresher orb out of his arm. There's no buy. What?
There's no buybacks. There's like 40 seconds now.
Yeah, but there's a tier 2 at top. And Boromir alive.
Go for N.
How can you?
I is alive, right? So Io Gyro, boop, relocate,
Look at the
push
middle
the
lane
lane
as
out.
well. They're using the helm of the
Ninja
Dominator
has to push out bot. Oh god, what's happened?
Jesus. This is turned into one crazy game.
It's an absolute slug. Like,
And yeah, they're just taking punches at each other. Alrighty. Let's regroup, okay? 45.
oh, look
kills.
what the Darkseid's doing.
No, it's not
He's
the
just made a
kills even
really
matter.
big wave. Okay, look,
Yeah.
ready? Refresh, boom, dead.
No one
See ya.
expected it. But I mean, so
The
much
really important thing
damage.
as well to note here is the change to OD with the splash damage on his orb. That really changed, like, the fact that he splashed on all three of them as well. Like, old OD would have only killed one, and then the other two, like, Jug would have had Omni Slash and stuff. So the fact that you got the splash damage as well now, very crucial. So now, they finally killed the creep that Darkseid was using on mid wave. So now there's a massive creep wave. That'll take about 20 seconds, 25 seconds to get to mid. So there's going to be around about 10 to 12 seconds. Jug will be dead. Plus the entire team of Dire will be banging on that door.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's enough, but...
No,
look at
it's
this
just gonna be
creep
the big
wave.
fight.
Oh my god, the conga wave down the
Yes.
middle lane. Thanks, Darkseid.
OD still has
What a
buyback
beautiful
though, so
sight.
we want to see OD go in, tank the spells, buy back, and then potentially, if he has bots, get back in the fight. So there go, 15 seconds left for the Jug.
With all these creeps. Oh, Saberlight just getting cursed in the middle. Now Borneo going to go for the Stone Gaze as well, getting a bit of damage out, and come the army of creeps. Raw is being used to keep Borneo still. Now the BKB's pop, but they're looking forwards. They're going for LeBron
Jug's now
instead.
alive.
Stun him outside the base. The Fortify being used. Jug is back. LeBron is dead. Swift ending running into this fight, but the Omni Slash, there's too many creeps here for that to really work, I think. And he's just sitting on the creeps the whole time. It doesn't do much. Saberlight low on the back, trying to stay away. The Ancient is exposed. It's going down, but the Crimson Guard helping out a lot. Curry dropping low, but does use that Satanic to keep himself alive. The Wisp is taken out. Meanwhile, Supreme will deal with TNT, but it doesn't look like the Ancient is really under much threat at all. Curry trying to get himself away. Does he have buyback? He does not, so he might find himself going down. No, he's actually going to survive this one. Down goes
What is
Supreme.
this game?
He has the buyback though, but the game is not over yet. Curry getting himself away. Meanwhile, Mitch might be able to find Saberlight with his illusion. They're chasing him down with the Iron Shell, running around the cliff.
Oh,
Saberlight. Sunny misses the stun.
Oh,
Okay,
The
alright.
British Traveler OD, come on, have him.
Yeah, he's going for this. They want Mitch here. They've got the Astral. There is going to be a Swift ending just hanging out right behind them, though. It's a little bit awkward for them to go to. They don't have the Raw just yet either, but they're jumping forwards onto Mitch. The Crimson Guard not going to do enough to help keep him alive. Mitch is dead.
There's
Man, Supreme.
36 stun and in on OD. Double ult, but no mana. Let that be known. No back on OD either. So he has the tools.
They have the buyback on the Wyvern. Ulti
no way of
available as well.
delivering
Borneo
it.
just popping that BKB straight up in Senny's face here as they try to go for the quick pick off onto the Medusa. Top tower still remaining, by the way. That little tier 2 still doing
That
its...
doesn't matter anymore. There's no buybacks in the game. We don't care about megas. There's a Doosa. We just want that bloody Ancient. We want it now.
Jesus. Alright, Borneo's taking that front line stun. His Outstone Gaze being used. The Hurricane Pike doing a fair amount of work. To just
He has
rip
mana
a
for
little
double
bit
ult.
through
He has
Borneo.
mana. He has mana.
Yeah,
Watch
that
the
hits
OD.
him so much. Curry, though,
One.
surrounded. In we go, one, and no, he's interrupted by DNC. He managed to get the Winter's Curse off, and actually so much damage coming out onto Supreme. They take him down. He's got no buyback. Gyro is dead as well. 100 seconds, no buyback on this Gyrocopter, and they'll look forward to Saberlight as well. The Beastmaster is dead. 3 heroes gone. Can they push quickly enough? I think they probably can. 100 seconds is plenty of time. Senny trying to make some space, but Juggernaut is focused on that middle lane. He's just running down, trying to go for the TP on the next asset. There is going to be another role available, of course, and there comes the little Ghost Scepter, but the Spirit Vessel will finally okay, right click will do it. Whatever,
That
he's
curse,
dead.
that curse just changed it from being 4 heroes and half HP with that next hammer from OD being potentially them all dying to hold on a second, OD, you're dead, mate, no buyback. Alright, yeah, you're gone. Gyro, yeah, you're dead too, mate. Yeah, this is now Element's game to somehow, if Elements find a way to throw this game from this position.
That would be quite something.
But the Iron Gyro just okay, this is a new, yep, forgot about this one.
Yep, the Iocopter trying to go in. Swift ending with the double damage, trying to go for the base. Meanwhile, inside the Radiant base, the Iocopter, they're struggling to get to the throne. They're just being held off by the 2 heroes. Meanwhile, Swift ending is going to work. The Iocopter being chased back, and the Winter's Curse being used. They're going to kill the Io as well. He's not going to escape from this one. BKB used from the Gyrocopter. He realizes he somehow needs to go for the end or something, but there's 4 heroes surrounding him. He's trying to go for it. He's dropping the Satanic and the Flat Cannon, but it's not enough. Meanwhile, the Jug stops attacking tier 4 to go for the creeps. But yeah,
the roller coaster's over.
Finally, the roller coaster
go.
comes screaming off the tracks into the next door neighbor's garden. Everybody on board is killed. What a game! Elements Pro Gaming will take it at the 51-minute mark. Oh god. Alright. Okay. Well, we were not expecting that one to be nearly that close. That was a complete write-off for Hippomaniacs. But they...
Well, okay, so at least we learned from this game. Hippomaniacs are last place in Group A. They had a good last fight. At least they didn't give up, even though I believe they were already out. They actually gave it a good shot, so respect to them for actually putting on a show, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Full credit points to them. And I mean, it comes to the stage where it's like, yeah, you're already out. Like, I mean, who knows what's really kind of going on, but in their heads right now. But they're just here to play Dota. You know,
yeah, for sure.
Just have some fun Dotes. Never give up. Always try your best, and this is what you get. You get a super fun game, and I'm sure they're all probably ending with grins in their faces. Excellent show of display, especially like.
I think it's a little bit upset when you lose a game of Dota.
True, especially when it goes on for like 52 minutes. But
exactly.
Still, Supreme though, some amazing plays from him. And that OD got completely trounced throughout the. Well, not made. Actually, no, he was always doing pretty well, but he was very much kind of he would die in a really weird way. But then he'd kill 2 heroes by himself, sort of thing, and then he'd die. He'd run into the full team.
Yeah, he suffered from the OD where in lane, you're really good at being this obnoxious hero where you imprison someone, you deny in front of them, you CS in front of them, you laugh, and that keeps happening in lane. Eventually, ganking him becomes easy because it's like, all right, these creeps are half HP. He's going to imprison to kill them all now. Oh, and now we kill. So yeah, again, replay probably more important than us. Chatting,
and yeah, this was when Supreme kind of first showed up to the game. This was the first big turnaround fight where the OD just comes in and managed to get a triple kill here in the Roshan pit. And I mean, the Gyro never really as far behind as the OD was. This was mighty questionable. So the OD getting picked off, walking into pretty much the whole team. And they try to come in the back, wrap around with the gyrocopter.
Yeah, the ult was pretty much doing nothing, taking away the mana of the heroes, but it's like, whatever, we're just going to right-click you anyways. And I think, yeah, this game was a game of throws. Both teams were just playing a little bit sloppy in stages. Like, they showed discipline when, like, taking objectives. Like, okay, we take racks, we go back, we do this. Just the way that they took team fights and, like, how they initiated sometimes wasn't, like, most optimal. Lapping spells, like Curse and Omnislash, Curse and Stuns and stuff like that. Sometimes it went bad, but then also you had really good curses like this, where you were able to kill one hero, then wait, stun the next guy, and so I think Elements Pro Gaming are playing again next, right? They're playing against Empire Hope, and this is going to be the game which will decide, I believe, first place, because now that they're both equal on wins. So I'd like to see Elements just clean up a couple of their kind of miscommunications, and then I think the next game should equally be as good as this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be. I mean, this game had no right to be as good as it was, but good lord, like Hippomaniacs kind of played some crazy stuff, and yeah, as you say, a little bit of messy here and there from Elements Pro Gaming, but yeah, next one should be the 2 best teams in the group facing off against each other. So Omnislash here just going straight onto the creeps, but does find Sableye eventually, but still not really worth it. I was about to say the highlights of this game probably go on for quite a while because there was a lot going on. And
here this was the fight where they used Curse on the gyro, right? And it's like, the way that you want Wyvern to be playing in this game is like you want to be cursing and killing things, right? And I know you're just trying to stop the gyro from putting down damage during the curse, but you weren't doing anything else as the curse was on, and then you still remain in the area to try and take the fight. And it's like, you can't do that with this type of this spell. And yes, you can disengage, but the Satanic here, you got so much to lifesteal. If you were lifestealing off him, the Wyvern, then yeah, it's
just a huge amount of work. My Muff comes back into the fight. I think he dies again afterwards, but it doesn't really matter because they clean up everybody else with both the cores dying. And here in the top lane as well, I believe, was this? Yeah, no, another Winter's Curse, just not doing anything.
But this is the one that the gyro was unable to actually use Satanic and Lifesteal, if anything, because they ran so far away from Radiant's side. It's like, okay, oh wait, I need to Satanic, I need to heal. And when he turns to go heal, it's like, oh wait, I'm on 100 HP anyway. Like, I'm not gonna be able to heal through this amount of damage. So it's Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's times that Hippomaniacs could have just won the game outright, but again, it was a very fun game, so I don't really care.
And this Roche fight was crazy as well. So they managed to pile into the pit, pile enough bodies into the pit in order to turn this one around. And those Pro Gaming just kind of turn up after that, and yeah, destroy many heroes.
Oh, and here's the dive. This was the weird bit from Elements, right? So right here, it's like, okay, we use Curse, Gyro has no mana, and we might be able to kill the OD. But it's like he's already used BKB, and he doesn't have ult. Do we need to dive to hit? Do we need to stand here and do this? Because when you're in prison, you're not going to be able to catch him. He's always going to be able to blink out, right? He's facing his his throne, sorry, or what? Fountain. Sorry if I get the right words. He's facing his fountain, right, inside the prison. He's always going to get the blink out. You're not going to be able to stun him from it, unless it's like frame perfect, right? But that's not going to happen. He's going to be spamming it. So you should just back off, get the racks, and be patient. You shouldn't try and do these weird fountain dives and stuff. But again, they were confident at that stage. They thought they were ahead, so they thought they could do it.
Yep, they thought, but they did not. And also amazing force staff as well into the fountain onto the Medusa as well, which is pretty hilarious. But yeah. There they go, dying in the bottom lane for the first time. As the first misplay from Hippomaniacs. Well, probably not the first, but and then Supreme just comes in and cleans up.
This was the big. He had Refresher and Quick Buy.
Yeah,
as he's running back
he gets those 2 kills.
He just gets Refresher, uses it there, boom. Then right here, the splash damage kills both the Jug and then the
and gets Mitch within one right click.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Splash damage is pretty good, kids. Tell your friends.
It's insane, yeah. Because like I said, if it's the old patch, he'd have killed one of them, and if he killed the Wyvern, the Jug would then been able to Omni Slash, for example, and it changes some stuff up. But yeah, it's very cool. Again, they probably did either way, but it just sounds nice to say it. Again, is there anything they could have done here? Actually, when you look at the highlight, is there any lack of right click and any damage output that they've changed?
I mean, this was a BKB'd Omni Slash. And he just kills that whole creep wave, which I guess is, in a way, kind of good. But I don't know. They would have died to the Medusa.
I was thinking more with Dire. So the way that they're taking this fight right now,
yeah, of course.
Is there potentially like the Gyro could have been hitting the because the Fountain was on. I keep saying the wrong thing. The Ancient was on really low HP. So nah, it's over. Don't worry. That curse, though, that was the big curse.
That is an insane curse from DNZ to interrupt that. Like he was about to get the second. Sanity's Eclipse off there and basically just end the game for them. I think like that's the difference. That was like there's very few games where win or loss comes down to one spell, and I think that Winter's Curse really did make the difference.
Yeah, for sure. Again, that second curse coming in, it wouldn't have like killed everyone, but it would have taken away the mana to be able to use the curse and stuff. The very small things. It wouldn't have been like oh my god, Rampage curse. It's more we can't use any spells and they can just hit a 500 HP Ancient curse. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good game. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Fantastic game, and the battle of the 2 titans of Group A coming up very shortly. We're going to take a very quick break for adverts and stuff, but we will be back shortly with that matchup. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.